Welcome to InciNotes. InciNotes is the first ICS 201 incident documentation system for Apple's iPad. It's available in the iTunes store for purchase and download, and there's some screenshots in there and a brief description of the application itself. So go to the iTunes store and check it out. Really great app. What you're looking at here is the home screen. In our first InciNotes overview video, we touched on the home screen and all the features that are tied to the home screen. In this particular video, we're going to go through all the features of InciNotes and give you just a little brief idea of the power of InciNotes in incident documentation. So what you're looking at the very top of the home screen is you'll see the InciNotes logo. Well, that could be your agency's logo or any logo for that matter of fact. And then to the right of it, you'll see the name InciNotes ICS 201 Incident Documentation System. Okay, and right below that, you'll see I've inputted 3 incidents into InciNotes. The Crazy, InciNotes, and the Martini incident. For the purpose of this overview video, I'm going to click on Crazy, and it opens up to a screen which I call the operational snapshot screen. To the very left-hand side at the top of the screen, you'll see an icon Done, and in the middle you'll see Crazy, denoting the incident. And to the right of that, you'll see a little lock icon, and then you'll see a little arrow icon. Now, if I click on the Done icon, it will take us back to the home screen, and you can see that. So I will click on the Crazy incident again, and now we're back to the operational snapshot screen. Okay, so I'm going to click on the little lock icon to show you what that does. That's what we call the lock incident window. And when you click on the little lock icon, it pops up that window. Now, if I were to click lock at the bottom of the window, it would lock the incident documentation system and only allow it to do certain things after it's locked. And I'll cover that more in a future video, but for now that's what it is. And so that you can see that that's what it looks like. So I'm going to cancel out of that screen. And to the right of the lock icon, you'll see the arrow icon, and I will click on the arrow icon. And it pulls up a little pop-up window that says Incident Report. Well, this allows you to create reports of your incident documentation and send them out to whoever you think needs to have that information. Now, the first one is Size Up. I'll click on it, and it puts all the Size Up information into an email, which you can email out to whoever you think needs to have that information. Okay, I'm going to cancel out the email, and we're back in the Incident Report pop-up window, and right below Size Up Report is Full Report. I'm going to click on Full Report, and it gives you a number of options there. You can view all your existing reports that you have created, and you can see them. They're all detailed reports listed by date and time they were created. Now I'm back into the Incident Reports pop-up window. You can create a summary report or a detailed report. For the purpose of this, I'm going to click on Detailed Report. I'm going to click Create New Report, and it's creating the report as I speak. You can either email that report out or you can preview that report. Well, I'm going to do a preview so you can kind of see what the report would look like. This is the first page of the report, and if you had your incident named and says Detailed Report, and then you'll see the logo. Well, if you had your agency's logo inputted into InciNotes, yours would show up on that Detailed Report first page. And then I'll just kind of go through a little bit of the report. You can see what it does is documents all significant times and phases of your incident, and so forth. So this is just to give you a little bit of idea of the report feature, and it's very complete and comprehensive. And you can mail that out to whoever you want to. I'm going to click the Done button because we're done with the report feature. Okay, right below those set of icons, you'll see the incident name, crazy, that it's a type 3 incident, and it's in an extended attack state. And below that is the incident size up, and we covered the incident size up in the first overview video of InciNotes. And if you haven't seen that, go check it out, and you'll get more information about incident size up in InciNotes. Okay, so also here below the size up, you'll see the analysis screen. And in the analysis screen, I can click on Edit, and it will pop up complexity analysis reports and the planning checks. We covered the planning checks in the previous informational overview video of InciNotes. So again, review that first. So let's go through this a little bit on the screen here. And what you'll see at the top, again, is analysis, a set of icons, done. And if I click done, done will take us back to the operational snapshot screen. And then to the right of analysis is a little book. If I click on that little book icon, it will pull up a reference to the types of incidents right out of the National Wildfire Coordinating Group's Incident Response Pocket Guide. So wherever you see those little book icons, it'll bring up information that will be helpful to you as the incident commander or emergency responder. Now I'll click Done, and I want to add a new complexity analysis and go through it again. I click the plus button, and it pulls up a little pop-up window with complexity analysis and planning check. For the purpose of this, I'm going to click on complexity analysis, and it pulls up a checklist of items. And if you go through the checklist and you answer it accordingly, yes or no, it will determine the complexity of your incident. And I'm not going to check it off for the purpose of this video, but it's just to give you an overview of that feature. I click Done. Oh, and it says error because I didn't fill anything out. So I'll hit Cancel. Then below the complexity analysis report, you'll see the planning checks, which I covered in the previous one. If I click on one of the date and time, you'll see it will give you the information that you put in there. And I can click on another one, and you can see that it's changed. And that's good information for the incident commander to help in making decisions what's going on in his incident. Okay, that's the analysis screen. And then right below the analysis portion of the operational snapshot screen, you'll see the safety checklists. And you'll see that these safety checklists are documented by date and time that they were last checked. So I'm going to click on Edit, and it'll take us into the safety view window, and you'll see on this screen all the different safety checklists from LCES, lookouts, communications, escape routes, safety zone, the 18 watchouts, 10 standard firefighting orders, decision points, urban interface watchouts, and the IC responsibilities for 30-mile standard, which is a requirement for wildland firefighting. And this is a wildland incident. Now, if I want to update all the checklists, I just click the plus button, and it will bring up all the checklists. And I can cycle through the checklist just by clicking on them. It's a simple click in the safety checklist window. And also you'll see the little book icon again, and if I click on it, it will bring up the risk mitigation process right out of the National Wildfire Coordinating Group Incident Response Pocket Guide. Anytime you're trying to mitigate risk, I highly recommend you go through this risk management process. It works rather well. Okay, I'm going to click on Done, and we're back to all the different checklists. I'm not going to check them off. I just wanted you to be able to see that they're all in here. And On the little safety checklist pop-up window at the bottom, you're going to see some verbiage there about establishing trigger points. That's good information to utilize when you're going through these checklists. Okay, I'm going to click Done. We're back in the safety screen. I'm going to click Done, and we're out of the safety screen now, and we're back into the operational snapshot screen. Right below the safety checklist is the resource tracking. Now, you can see it shows resources there, and it shows Angelus Engine 10, the Bear Divide Hotshots, and so forth. You got a Battalion 12, a Helicopter 530. But if you want to see them all, you click on the Edit button, and it pulls up a screen that has all the resources that are assigned to your incident. Okay? And at the very top, again, you'll see the name of the screen, which is Resources. To the left of that is the Done button. If you click the Done button, it'll take you back to the operational snapshot screen. And to the right of Resources, you'll see an Options button. And if I click on the Options button, it pops up a little window that allows you to sort your resources by name or status. And if you click Status, it will show you what your orders are, who's on scene, and where they're working. And you can scroll up and down once you have them sorted. And you can see on this particular screen that there's an air tanker ordered. You have a number of engines and a crew working on Division Alpha, and the resources that are on scene working on Division Z. And at the bottom, you'll see the two patrols. One's on scene working fire investigation, and one's on scene working point of origin protection. Okay, that's the option screen. Now, to the right of the option pop-up window, which I just clicked on again, and you can see, you can look at the time that all the resources were ordered. Okay, so I'm going to go back to status and sort them. And then next to the option screen is the edit screen. If I click on edit, it will pull up a bubble form, and in that bubble form you can click on the bubbles for whatever engines, and you'll see if I click on the bubbles to the left of the resources, it allows me to brief all of them at the same time. So let's say 3 engines came on scene at the same time. I could check those ones that are on scene, or if you're going to change their assignment and give them a new briefing, and you have them all together at one location to give the briefing, you can click on those bubbles and it'll populate them, and I can click brief, that they've been briefed, and it now documents they have been briefed. Works very well. So that's a great feature in InciNotes. Again, click on the bubbles, and if you're releasing resources, when you click released all the way to the right, the red button, it will document that they were all released at that date and time. Very nice feature. I'm going to click done. We're done with that. We've come out of the resource window. We're back at the operational snapshot screen. Well, I'm going to go back into the resource screen. There's a few more icons there. Next to the edit icon is the book icon again. And if I click on the book icon, it brings up the reference out of the National Wildfire Coordinating Group Incident Response Pocket Guide, the work ratio guidelines that you should be following when managing your incident. So again, another informational book icon there. And I'm going to click done. And then next to that book icon is a plus sign. If I click on the plus sign, it allows me to import a new local resource. It allows me to add a new local resource, or just to add a new resource. So it's simple. I'm going to click on New Resource, and it popped up a resource window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a Type 1 helicopter. So I'm going to type in helicopter, and we're going to order a Type 1 helicopter. We don't know the name, so we're going to go done. And if I go back to options and status and I sort, you can see now that the Type 1 helicopter was ordered in the time it was ordered, and it's now placed in my resources that were ordered. A very nice feature of InciNotes. Okay, I'm going to click done. We're back in the operational snapshot screen. I'm going to scroll up. We're done with the resources. I'm going to go to objectives, plans, and hazards. This is the screen where you enter in your objective, plans, and hazards. I'm going to click on it, and you'll see that in here there's objectives, and you can scroll up and down the objectives. These are preloaded objectives that I've already put in here for this particular incident. Right below the objectives window, you can see the plan of action window, and in here you can put your primary plan and your contingency plan. And below the plan of action is you'll see a hazards window. You can add a hazard, and to the right of the hazard you'll see what the risk mitigation is to mitigate the risk. And let's say you've mitigated the risk, and when you click that you've mitigated the risk, you click that, what you'll see is what you see with the down power lines. With the down power lines, the risk had been mitigated, so click mitigated, and it'll put a check mark there and turn the hazard to green, meaning it's safe now. Okay, now if you wanted to add more objectives, it's pretty simple. The plus button, click on new objective, pops up a screen, and that's the objective screen window. Oh, and again, you see the book icon, and if I click on the book icon, again, it brings up the risk mitigation process. You should always be thinking about risk mitigation. Safety first. Okay, I'm going to cancel out of the new objective, and let's say I wanted to add a new plan. I click on the plus icon, and I click new plan, and it pulls up a new plan step window. And you can put the plan in. Again, the book icon brings up risk mitigation. Always be thinking about the risk mitigation. Okay, that's the new plan. And if I got a new hazard and I want to enter it in, I can pull up the new hazard window just like that. And again, the book icon will pull up the risk mitigation process, just like that. Very nice. InciNotes is there for you every step of the way with every piece of documentation necessary to document an incident to the professional standard. Okay, that's the objectives window. Then we have the events window, the incident events, which is your ICS 214 unit log. And I'll click on edit, and it'll take us into the 214. And you can see in this particular one, at the very top of the screen, again, you see the done icon, which would take us back to the incident operational snapshot screen. And to the right, you see the plus button all the way to the right of incident events. And if I click on the plus icon, it allows me to enter in a new event. It's pretty simple. There's some preloads in here. That's all you have to do. In this case, I'll put size up in there or whatever, and put a description of it. And if it's major risk and you click on major risk, it will turn it to red in your 214. So that will keep you abreast that that's a major risk. So you can see in the incident event screen that I have some of the the events that have been entered in are highlighted in red, and that means they're of critical importance. Okay, I'm going to click Done. I'm going to come out of that screen, and below the incident is the weather report screen. Now, you'll see there's enter in a new report. That's where you can add a new weather report. And you'll see a location icon on the screen. And the location icon, if you click on that screen, it will pull up the weather from the closest RAW stations to your location. To get the incident commander thinking about fire behavior and his incidents, we put together this nice little checklist at the bottom after the wind direction. You'll see it there. I'm going to click on south. We got a slope of 10 to 15%, flame lengths over 8, extreme. That's just to get the incident commander thinking and documenting a little bit of your fire behavior. Okay, so we just entered in a weather report. It's that simple. You can actually do a manual input to the weather. I'm not going to go into detail in that. In a future video, I'm going to do a weather video which will get it more in depth to all the features of the InciNotes weather reports. I'm going to click Done. We're back at the weather report screen. I'm going to click View Reports, and it pulls up this screen. And you'll see all your existing weather reports, and you can look at them, and it'll give you all the information for those weather reports. Another nice feature here in the weather reports is it tracks your trends. Is your temperature trending up? Is your temperature trending down? Is your humidity trending up or down? And what's your wind speed and direction? And you can see that's denoted at the very bottom on the right hand side. I think the screen's pretty self-explanatory. Once you've gathered 4 weather readings, at the very top you'll see the arrow icon. You can click on the arrow icon and it pulls up a spot weather forecast window. If you click Find the nearest spot weather forecast, it will look for the closest National Weather Service office to your location that does spot weather forecast. And if I say Send Request, it will bring up the spot weather forecast form. And as we wait for it, it should come up. And once it pops up, you just have to add a little bit of information to it, and it will allow you to request the spot weather forecast directly for the National Weather Service. Okay, we're having a little problem bringing it up. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's the form, and all you have to do is fill out a little bit of information in the form. It pretty much populates it from the InciNotes documentation you've already done in weather reports. And once you populate it, you would hit Submit at the bottom, Submit Request, and boom, it sends it to National Weather Service, and they'll send you back a spot weather forecast. That's simple. Very nice feature of InciNotes. Okay, and then below weather reports you have 2 little window screens. The first one being the map sketch. You can view your map, and it will pull your map up, and you can see your incident map. I'm not going to go into how you can draw the map and all that in this particular video, but it's very simple to do an incident map in InciNotes. And you can see that it's labeled the divisions. And if I click on a division in InciNotes, and I'll go into the update screen, and if I do that and I click on it, it will pop up a little window who's working on that division. Very nice feature. So it can give you a quick snapshot of who's working on the division. Okay, so that's that. And then at the very top of the map sketch window, you'll see 2 icons. One is map sketches. So every time you do a new map sketch, it will document the time and date of that map sketch. And when you click on it, it will bring up the map sketch, what was drawn at that date and time. Okay, so we're going to get out of that. And then next to it's a plus button, and that saves your map. So now that map is saved. And then at the very top is the information eye that you see there. If you click on that, that will pull up a pop-up window screen with all the tools of how to draw and create your incident map. Very nice feature, very informational feature. I'm done. It's going to save it. I go back to View, go back to that, click on my map, and now my map's back. Okay, very simple, very nice. That gives you an idea of the InciNotes map. And to the right of the map sketch, you'll see is the command structure, and that gives you a snapshot of your incident command structure for your incident, and I will click on that. And now you can get a little more detailed view. It's real simple to add a position in InciNotes. And not only can you add a position in InciNotes, but it also creates your incident phone list in InciNotes. As you can see, as if I click on this, it pulls up a contact list. And you can access your contact list in your iPad, or you can create an incident contact list. Very nice feature. So that's the incident command structure. And then the last part of InciNotes is the frequency screen. Now what you see in the frequency screen is it documents your command frequency, your air to ground, and your tactical frequencies for your divisions. So that's a brief overview of all the tools that are available to you as an incident commander or emergency responder in InciNotes. So this is the second overview video. You can look forward to seeing some more overview videos and some more detailed videos on how to use InciNotes. Hopefully this was very helpful to you. All right. Thank you for listening to the InciNotes overview video.